But short version, please.
You want me to do it instead?
Well, I suppose... I mean, we must have started arguing in Saga. Is that true? Is that when we started?
Something like that. Well,
Like, I think we must have met in Saga.
Yes, well, I saw you several times in Saga. I thought you looked Jewish.
Right.
And I asked
I
if
thought
you...
that about them too, especially his brother.
Yeah, and which is really ironic.
And the first time I really talked to them, we talked about Genesis.
Lovely.
And it was really cool.
Yeah, and I asked if you're Jewish. You said you're Catholic, but I meant ethnically, and you said you were Italian.
That's right. That's
right.
right.
You were Italian. And then next time I actually spoke to you was when you and some other Catholics were gathered out to celebrate the anniversary of the Battle of Lepanto.
Oh, really?
Which I of course had heard about for years and was all in favor of celebrating. What?
Mind if I play?
And no, yes, actually I do mind. Sorry,
Okay.
it's not.
What if I just move around and spot? That's all I'm doing.
Okay, just a little. Yes, and then I had my encounters with Josh Herring and Charlie and Sarah around the same time, and down the rabbit hole I went.
Yeah, that must have. Yeah, that makes sense. Like,
That's an adventure game.
Adventure game with some RPG elements. Wait, you know what adventure games are?
Adventure games.
You know your King's Quest and...
King's Quest, Full Throttle, Sam and Max.
Wow! Wow!
That Day of the Tentacle.
Oh, yeah.
The Dig. Oh,
I haven't
man.
actually played The Dig. I have played Day of the Tentacle and
so
Sam and Max. And have you played the new Sam and Maxes?
I unfortunately I haven't done that yet.
Well, relatively new. They're 15 years old now.
Wouldn't be as good.
Oh, they're pretty good in their own right. Somewhat different format though.
Adventure games were like my happiness as a younger lad.
Yeah, I only discovered them when I was in my teens, unfortunately. But anyway, where were we?
Yeah, I forgot that we probably really came into a relationship through Charlie.
Yeah, through Charlie. Well, Evan. I had epochal encounters. Well, actually, it was Evan first. Then I met Evan in Saga. Then I had I'd spoken to Josh Herring a little, but then I knew he was my friend when he called me a cruel, heartless bastard.
Josh Harrington.
Do you have some kombucha?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
there's some in here and there's some.
Great.
There's plenty all around. Yeah.
You remind me so much of my friend David, my undergraduate.
That's eerie.
Like a million things. Like he always had his headphones around him like this, and he was a gamer, and that was like our main sphere of overlap.
Wow.
And
adventure
he
games
had this
never...
ability to talk really fast and kind of an encyclopedic type mind, maybe.
Really? Are you sure it's not the same person?
I know.
Absolutely is.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Really good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He even worked for Blizzard for a little while.
Wow.
And was like a mod for what was it, World of Warcraft or something.
Wow.
Like a mod or
Wow.
something.
I'd rather work for BioWare myself.
Yeah. Which games did they make?
Mass Effect, Dragon Age, Baldur's Gate, Knights of the Old Republic.
No.
That's Valve.
Valve. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't played any of those games.
Yeah. But anyway, so then I know it was sort of through Josh Herring that I met Charlie and Sarah on a night that is seared into my memory for forever. But beneath the shock and horror, I could hear the strains of Etta James singing, "At Last."
That's hilarious.
And then, was when I found out that you were part of the group, and
I guess that's right.
And Bill Peterson was as well. He would like the send, and it was well. Of course, I don't remember your. Of course, I don't know what your perspective on things was. Obviously,
I'm trying. I'm trying
obviously,
to recall
you tolerated me.
I remember lots of heated Saga conversations about monarchism.
What is Saga?
It's our.
It was the cafeteria.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's mostly what I recall.
Yes.
As the beginning, and then of course. in the way that like all relationships develop by such infinitesimal degrees that you're hardly aware of them. Like,
yes,
we were friends.
Yeah.
And
you guys were the first group of friends I ever had in my life. The first gang I ever fell into. Ever.
Man.
Right?
Good man.
That's right. I think we were always captivated by the idea of the Death Star to blow up the universe.
Just the Earth. It's just a single planet.
Just the Earth. That's right.
Yes.
And yet, while knowing full well that we'd never actually pull that trigger.
David, are you?
For one thing, I would never have the trigger to pull. Wait, what?
Your name is David.
Yes.
Are you Catholic?
No, unfortunately.
I was wondering if that was part of the shared bond over there.
No, that was something we thought about.
The debate was for sure. Yes.
Yeah, so an argument over it, and it's weird. When I get in arguments, I become more aggressive, and I may have come off as more anti-Catholic than I actually was
certainly
at
put
the
up stern
time.
That means that
Yes, but of course, your Catholicism isn't quite the same as as that of other friends of ours.
So you have some like intellectual issues, some emotional issues with people who are Catholic.
Nothing like that. I don't accept Catholicism, but I have more respect for it than I probably displayed at that time. I was in argument mode.
Right.
Argument mode. You could see me get just as heatedly into an argument with someone who claimed that Catholics weren't Christians.
I believe that.
That's crazy.
Christians, but
That's
Christians, but of course, ironically, then you all didn't believe that Protestants were Christian. They were Christian, which actually took some pressure off me because there's question with me about whether I'm really a believer, whether I'm really a believer.
It's not what the Catechism says.
I don't think we ever quite put it that way.
It's well, Charlie and Sarah did.
Well, that's fair.
They have the sacrament of baptism.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they would ever deny Christian status, right? But I mean, it's a moot. It's not even a moot point. It's just a truth that it's like a different ecclesia. Like it's different.
Yes.
Well, even their brothers and sisters. They're in a sense part of the church, but not the fullness of it.
Right.
Isn't that right?
Yeah, I mean, I think, that's certainly like.
Right. One baptism.
This is how we talk about it. I mean, it's every which way. Right, because we're talking about important things. There's always some distinction that you have to draw. Right.
Yeah,
so, like,
you can never just say simply, "Oh yeah, they're
right.
Christians." That
Right.
would be
Like saying,
an offense to both.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
Both sides.
Saying just like separated brethren, let's like celebrate everything that's the same would be making the
What's
my wife
interesting
is
is like lately I find that Protestants are worse about it with Catholics than Catholics have been about Protestants.
Yes, because most Protestants, at least in America, are pretty dumb.
Right, and anti-Catholic. But that's not true. I wouldn't say dumb. There's a very large.
There are a lot of dumb.
Anti-intellectualism to a lot of Protestantism, but I was a Protestant.
Yes.
Who really came to the Catholic Church through my university, my educational experiences.
Same with a lot of people I knew. I felt just sort of abandoned and deserted when Andrew Kuyper and Ryan Elifson became Catholic.
Oh yeah, did you really feel abandoned?
A little bit. Where
are you? What abandoned from what? What did they abandon? You or what you believe in? It
wasn't that abandoned is a little over dramatic, I felt like they were ganging up on me.
Right.
On me. Before then, they were Protestant. They were other Protestants.
Oh, so you're Protestant. You were Protestant.
Yes,
at the time.
Still am.
And you still? I didn't know.
Oh yes. Sorry. Yeah.
All I knew was that you're not Catholic.
Yeah, they were Protestant going in, and so are we, and we part of the group, and it was like Protestants were involved in more Catholics, and then then it's
feeling, man.
Yeah.
Because here at UD, I didn't become Catholic until 3 years into being around here. So,
yes.
But I saw others like dropping like flies, and it was like, oh, is that what I'm supposed to do, kind of thing?
Yeah. And
that's
you
how
did.
it felt, dropping like flies, you know. It's like, man, another one bites the dust, you know. I gotta resist that. But, you know.
Then eventually you give in.
Yes, I had to, eventually, just like always, I had to answer to my conscience about what I believed I understood.
Yes.
So, but that's a process, that's a unique process for everyone.
Yes.
What kind of Protestantism are you?
Well, I was raised Episcopal, but conservative Episcopal, actually believing in the Bible Episcopal.
Nice.
My church split away from the Episcopal Church to become part of the Anglican Church of North America, and ended up losing its property.
Ooh, wait, so this was recently?
Well, no, it was more than 15 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Years ago that they broke away, but then it took the better part of a decade for the legal case.
Episcopal.
Well, the Episcopal is the mainline church, but conservative churches broke away, and there's been a lot of that, and they've been losing their property as a result because the main denominations are going over.
Recognized anymore as Episcopal?
Well, they don't call themselves Episcopal anymore. They call themselves Anglican.
Okay. All of them?
Well, the ones who broke away from the Episcopal Church.
Good. Well,
Yes.
the Anglicans must have felt good about that.
Well, Episcopal Church is part of the Anglican Communion, and
I see.
But of course, the status of the breakaways is still not quite settled because.
You were one of these Episcopal.
Well, except not long after that, I stopped going to the Episcopal Church for unrelated reasons.
Okay.
As in, my mom started going to a couldn't go to our old church anymore because she couldn't stand the rector, and she started going to this Presbyterian church, and we ended up going, and that's where I go when I'm at home mostly.
A Presbyterian.
Yeah, when I was at Hillsdale, I went to the Anglican church several times, or Catholic Orthodox.
In a sense, just as a descriptive term, not with all the baggage with it, non-denominational.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's how I felt.
Yeah, but I think except when
I couldn't say I couldn't join a church and say I'm this.
Yeah.
Yet I believe thoroughly I was a Christian.
Yeah.
What else can I say but that I'm a non-denominational?
Except the non-denominational kind of means you are a member of a non-denominational church.
That's why I always have to have this little talk.
Yes.
Right? Because it's not because I go to what's called a Bible church or non-denominational.
Which is really a denomination in its own right.
Yeah, right.